Hi, Scritty here, using Hold'em indicator, and this game is likely to be a total bust because I'm playing at incredibly low stakes. It's $1 sit and go, which is about 60p. So to put that into context, most of the local fruit machines in the local pubs and clubs here are either 50p or £1. So this is the same cost as a low end single press of your local fruit machine. So it's very low. And people tend to do stupid things at these low stakes. You sometimes get people pushing full stack very early, holding rubbish, and then you occasionally get one of those looking out, of course. I'm going to try and play a proper game. But really it's to show you this isn't the tournament version of Hold'em calculator down here, so as it goes on it puts me as a looser and looser player, because as you know with tournaments you accelerate the number of hands you play, generally speaking, as the number of players around the table decreases. 4-8 suited is of course junk. It's got win odds of 7 to it's gone. Win odds of 7.3 to 1. Pot odds were far higher, so I wasn't getting value. If the green here is higher than the red there, which you can work out in your head, you don't need this. Go on, another similar hand is junk. If the green is higher than the red, then you're doing quite well. Hang on, is somebody else going to put in? No. Obviously the pot odds can change. If you've got a hand where you're trying to drag people into the pot before the flop, sometimes having 2 people in the pot with you, bad pot odds. As soon as you get 3 or 4 in the pot with you, the pot odds change, and they're better because you're getting better value for your money. So that's where that works. It also has the hand calculator, which is pretty handy, which comes up after the flop. So there you go. It tells me I would have had a pair. It says, there we go, I'd have had a pair, and the chances are 0.88 to 1 or 88% chance that I would have what I'd stick with. There's a chance of 2 pairs. There's my chance of 3 and a kind. Full house, I still have one, 14.7 to 1. And the highest of these is the most likely, underneath is the most likely hand that my opponent will have based on the community cards. People can see, there you go, people going all in already. Somebody's going to be out or very low stacked. There you go, bye bye. One out already. Oh, pair of 8s. It was a bit of a weak raise. I really should have put in 90 or more for that, but there we are. Pair of 8s is not a super strong hand. Right, it's got 2 overcards on the table, which is crap. So this guy's, I always, people play Broadway hands all the time. I'm just going to check it down, see how hard he wants to go. I don't know any of these players. It's profiling them as they go along. Right, so I've now got 2 pairs. So I'm going to bet. I'm going to chuck 90 in, see where he wants to go with that. Blimey, he's thinking about it. He's folded. Now there you go. 4-8, that's crap. Is that the second time? That's 4-8 offsuit. I've already had 4-8 suited, now 4-8 offsuit, and 6-2 was it? Well, if I want to know, I've got stats. There we are. Open separate stats window. 7-2. I'm getting some crap. 7-2. There's my stats window. I'll just plonk it in the bottom here while this is going on. You've got number of hands, voluntary put into plot, pre-flop raise, anybody 3 bets before the flop, anybody steals, and the aggression factor. And for this, that's pretty much all you need to know for this low level, because you're not playing if you were playing thousands of hands against the same people, you'd want to build that up. And I've got what have I got here? I've got Poker Tracker for that. Is it Poker Tracker? Hold'em Manager. I've got Hold'em Manager, which does that pretty well. I like full tilt. I just like the speed of the game and the feel of full tilt. But I also, party poker is a little bit better these days than it used to be. I'm having problems with my account there at the moment because I've moved house and stuff like that years ago since I last played on party poker. I played with PKR for a couple of years after that. Pain in the arse. There you go. So that stays up all the time, and it's a reflection of what's on here, really. There is a version of Hold'em indicator that is specifically for tournaments, and it has various other factors involved in it. The M factor and all that kind of stuff are in there. The M factor, and it accelerates through. It keeps an eye on the big stacks, the small stacks, how many, what your chances are of winning. God, it's crap, isn't it? But I'm on the big blind, so I may get to see the flop for free. And the more people that stick in 40, the better it is if I do with a hand like this. It would never be worth matching a raise, though. Obviously, I know some of you guys watching this would have played poker before, and others of you wouldn't. Oh, good. Go on, just stick 20 in. Check. Pretty good. Not good enough though. I've got nothing there. What will somebody have? One of these guys, yeah, they got an ace. You don't know. I mean, this software, in case you're worrying, it's not cheating stuff. It doesn't tell you. Shit arse. Now I'm glad actually, because this guy's almost definitely got an ace. I'd have hit a pair of jacks and maybe found it difficult to get rid of it, but I'm pretty certain I'm beaten. Right. Whoa, we can now see now. There's somebody could have some right Broadway action between these two guys. 10 jack ace on the board and 9. A straight. Somebody's got a queen. Oh, ace jack. 2 pairs. I was beaten every which way there. Got out of that hand, and this guy suffered pretty dramatically because he couldn't get away. 9-10 offsuit. It's a sort of hand late on. You may have to go in when there's 3 or 4 left and you're on about the 20th round and the blinds are much larger. I don't have the pot odds. I do have the pot odds. Well, what I don't want to do now is the big blind to go over the top, because that'll bugger me up. Brilliant. Pair of queens. I'm going to make a play for the pot. I'm going to represent something. Now this isn't what I'd do if this was a normal round robin game. Part of this is posturing. You're only going to be playing maybe 100 hands against these guys, and yeah, folding down. Dealer's folded down. I've won the pot on a bluff, out of position. I should never have done that. That was terrible. It's close, but this is where you leak. You saw their pot odds were worse than win odds, and you leak. If you start thinking, "Oh, I'm a bit bored, I'll just play that hand when the odds are against me," you find at the end of the day you've done that. If you play perhaps 500, 1,000 hands a day, or if you multi-table, it's quite easy to play 2,000 or 3,000 hands a day. You've done that hundreds of times, and you're down because you can't beat statistics over the large sample. It's just bad practice. So when the odds are against you and you're not confident and you've read the board reasonably well, don't do it. 9 times out of 10, do exactly what it says in the box. This isn't cheating, as I say. This is stuff you work out in your head, and most guys can do it in your head. And I can do it to. I've got pretty good mental arithmetic. I can do it to like 1 decimal place most of the time in my head. The assumption a lot of people can make is that there's 50 cards rather than 52 in the pack, which makes the maths a lot easier, because the chances of drawing any one particular card is 2%. So if there's 3 aces and you need an ace, and there's only one showing, the one you've got a 6% chance of drawing an ace at any particular time. I'm not going in with that. These two guys want to play fiddlesticks. Let's let them. So that's how that works. I was going to stick up Hold'em Manager, because that's pretty good and that gets better. That's brilliant for tournament games. It's brilliant to see where you leak after a while, because I do. I know that, for instance, I can't play more than 3 or 4 hours poker in any particular day without causing all sorts of grief. I can play probably 4 tables at once. If I play sit and goes, because they accelerate, I can't play 4 sit and goes at once, because if a couple of games are coming to an end at the same time, that can be a real problem. But I can play 4 round games in a row, or 2 sit and goes in a row. It's just to see the number of hands, because if you play properly, then the more hands you see, the more you win. And it's been a long time since I played poker regularly, probably 2008, something like that. So I had a almost 6-year break where I probably haven't played more than a couple of thousand hands in the last 6 years, until last week. When I went back to all these sites after I've moved house, which I did about 7 years ago, and found out I had credit with nearly all of them, but not enough to take out, because I'd taken out, just left $50 in PKR and $50 in Party and $50 in this. But after a week, I've pushed this up to, I think I've now got about $700 in this one. Party, they're not letting me play. PKR, I've got about the same. I went down straight away on PKR, then back up, and I still haven't drawn any of it. It's all still in there. Well, what's going on? Well, this guy up here, Captain Jack, whatever his name is up here, Igor, is doing pretty well. Mid-table position, not really worth doing that. Excuse me while I have some coffee. Not a very cryptic name, that's my initials and my birth year, which probably most people could guess. Oh, get on with it. The interesting thing is, I've got this, this moves, by the way, here you go. I've got this, he looks like a rugby player or whatever, and I'm the only character I've ever seen that still uses that. The samurai guy is real, ninja, whatever he is really popular. But yeah, really strange that just doesn't seem to work at all. Yes, you can push these down and put them in different places. It's all pretty good, actually. Oh dear. He's killed 2 people there. He's had good. Oh my goodness! What a load of crap I'm getting here. So he's running away here. Whenever he's been called out, he's got the goods. He called both the guys either side of him out, and he's had the goods both times. Doesn't really show much. You know how good a player is when you see him in adversity. Well, not when they've got the right cards in their hand. When they've got the right cards and they're not having to bluff, they're just playing strongly with strong cards. Which, if you don't do that, if that is one of the first things you learn, then you are bollocksed in poker. There we are. There's yesterday 100. It says I'm up 3,500, 3.5. I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. So current session, there we are. 9 king. See, pot odds way out. 3-1 against. If you compare those 2 stacks, I'll move that out of the way because most of it's up here. Number of hands, voluntary put in plot, pre-flop raise. No aggression factor yet. Have I stolen yet? What my winning is. The EV group of my latest hand, 9 king, which is -12. Group 8. Again, all stuff you can just read in a book, or if you just had a calculator by your side, you can work out for yourself. Nothing untoward about that. Let's see how this goes around. God, normally these $1 turbos play a lot quicker than this. Some of these guys are taking their $1 very, very seriously, and I can't say I blame them. Early on, this is a great way to learn. Oh, shit in hell. I wish I wasn't big blind for pocket aces, but I am. Now this is a made hand, okay, so like 10 jack and some other low suited connectors are not made hands. You want to get people in the pot. It's the opposite. When you've got a made hand, you want to get people out of the pot before they can luck out. And I'm gonna There we are. So he's gone in. Now I've now got trip aces. Shall I slow play it? Yeah, I'm worried about 2 diamonds though. Yeah, worried about 2. Put in 280. What's he going to do? He's gone. He had me down as having 1 ace. Obviously, he saw the ace on the board. He didn't have one himself. He had me down as having 1 ace. You can say, for you guys that don't play poker, you can say something like that, pretty much guaranteed. It's pretty obvious, and it's just after hundreds of thousands of hands, it's just the way your mind works. You know what the other guy is thinking most of the time. There's very little bluffing. The only sort of bluffing you can do online is maybe using the speech box, maybe using the pause a little bit. You can slow play stuff, which is, I suppose, a sort of bluff. You know, you can check raise and stuff like that. See, here's one. Look, non-suited connectors, but they're high cards. But you know, as soon as a king or an ace, if I don't hit another jack or queen on the flop, and a king and an ace comes up, I'm against an opponent. Let's see, just close, but not quite. Now that on a ring table, I'd never play. On a tournament table, when it got down to 3 or 4, I would play that because different rules apply, and this software isn't the best at letting you make those judgment calls. Right, well, it's 3 lower cards. Right, he's putting in 150. Interesting. And this guy here, the little leprechaun fella above Gandalf, what's he thinking? He's folding. He doesn't like it. 4 jack. I can't see any possibility of me playing that. It's a crap set of cards, and have no equity in the pot. I'm not any either the blind, so I think it's safe to just fold that. The odds are quite interesting, and there's, you know, I think one of the assumptions a lot of people make right at the beginning is the odds are roughly how many other people are in the hand with you, and then they say, hang on, no, the odds are affected by the 2 cards I've got, and then they realise, hang on, the odds are affected by the 2 cards I've got combined with what is already in the pot, what the equity is, what I, you know, and it's balancing that. You know, if there's 5 people in the pot and you stand a 1 in 3 chance to win and multiply your money by 5, then you take it, even though it's only a 1 in 3 chance. You think, well, chances are I'm not going to win, but if I do win, I'm going to multiply my money by 5. That's a simplistic way of putting it, and not very likely to happen. See, he had a good hand then, but he plunked in, and the total hand, voluntary put money in the pot. He goes in a third of the time. He raises about a third of the time he goes in. He's got a very high aggression factor. He's went to showdown and won 5 out of 7. Went to showdown, sorry, 5 out of 7 hands and won 4 out of 5 of them. Doesn't think he's stolen yet. Well, he hasn't stolen yet, and he's up 1,040. Voluntary put into pot 18% of the time, which is what? Not much. Current session history data. It's got me as a dog, loose and aggressive. But that's because it's matching. You know, it's because it's a tournament, not a. It's a tournament. Piece of software. So I'm playing a tournament and the software's set up for ring games. You have to buy another bit of software, and it's another $79. Oh, he's gone over the top. Oh, yes. Well, I don't know what that's all about. Oh, hearts. Another heart. He's playing. No. Oh, the jammy. With the blind, even though this is turbo, with the blinds as low as they are, I've got no need to play at all. Oh, it's now, because I've just played a few less, it's now decided I'm slightly loose, aggressive, solid. Because I've just played a few hands. I've just folded a few hands. Oh, ace high win. Oh no, sorry, pair of queens wins. Of course it does. Well, yeah. Well, he had a made hand. He did the right thing. He tried to get the guy out the pot early doors, which is what you do. If you made before the flop, you get people out. If you've got a prospective hand before the pot, you generally drag people in. Obviously, you're in a much better position to do either of those things if you're later. Right, win odds are higher than you see. I should call that. So I'm gonna. Shit. Right. Well, I've got 4 diamonds. So. Yeah, it still tells me the win odds are still good, and I still think they're pretty good as well. There we go. What's he going to do? He doesn't like the look of those 3 diamonds. He's got to have... He's got... Discretion was the better part of valour. He might think I was bluffing, but I had the goods. Look, my aggression factor isn't as high as... I take it, is this guy... Who's petite? There he is. He's got the highest aggression factor. But mine's pretty good. Pot odds are against me. Not having it. Right, it's a pain in the ass coming out 4th, because 4th is the last one that doesn't pay. If you come out 3rd or better, you at least get your stake back. So that's fine. He's going to have to push at some point. Oh, I mean, that's just unnecessary. He must have a made hand. If that's just a steal 160, it's a big gesture. I mean, he couldn't lose more than... yeah, this guy is really hammered now. Just want 2 more to go out, really, then I've at least made my cash back. Can this guy afford it? I'm not going to... No, I was going to fold anyway. He's won the blinds. Good on him. Takes a long time. Oh, Captain Jack at the top there. Iger. Igrock 1204. God, I'm getting some crap. Staying in, hoping you're going to get it straight. Ooh, these 2 big boys. Now they're checking each other out. Oh, right, that's interesting. He played it cagey. If I get two callers, I think those pot odds will be worth it. Tells me that 1.5 to 1, 1.8 to 1, so not worth it. That is some serious. Hang on, I might get pot odds. No, I won't now. I ain't going to get the pot odds for that. Oh, there you go, kids. Queen jack, queen jack. It's going to be down to the hearts. Oh, that nearly did come down to the hearts as well. He's got their money back. Christ. Well, I'm glad I made the two good hands I did get both pay. Because other than that, I've been getting some shite. Ooh, 3 diamonds. Can try and draw him in with 160. 200 is it? You're just going to try and draw him in? Yeah, oh yeah, baby. He's a made man. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Right, another push. I doubt very much whether it'll be worth. No, not with only 2. Don't think there's anything I can make it. Right. You've got to double up at some point, Alder Morales, or whatever your name is. Pair of 4s. Three over cards, always going to have them on it. Two pair. That's a fuck up. He played that very weak for pocket queens with only 5. What's he going to do now? You've got to go at some point. This is not good, but that represents 20% of my equity. Small blind will be another 10%. Oh, shit. Well, I want it at least. Probably not going to be in a position, but if I get a caller. Well, Potard said I should have a pop there. Fuck it. Oh shit, pair of jacks is winning so far. Pair of jacks is won. Puts me as a short stack. Oh, full tilt here is having a little think. Oh god, they keep checking down. Right, Queen King. Well, You're giving it large, young man. God, this is some weak play. This is some weak ass play. Go for it. Pair of aces, king jack. You're bollocks. And I'm in the money. I need to start thinking of doubling up. I'll go all in. No point fucking about. 7 would be good. No. Yes! Get in! Bit of luck there. You might have an ace. He's considering now. Don't know how many hands in a row that is, everyone. Quite a few. Just call there. Suited connectors. Right. I'm not massive on them, they're too low. They need to be at least 3 further up the board. And they're just giving it away anyway. Right, that little run I had a couple of minutes ago scared them off. Ooh, a shove. And Pittle hasn't immediately given up the... I can't see a possibility. Oh, it's telling me to call. Oh, I'm checking that. It's junk. Wasted 200 there. And if you're going to go in, you raise. Well, other than the fact it's suited, it's the worst hand there is. Telling me to call, and I will. Looking at the win odds against the pot odds, he's going to go over the top now. Yeah, fucking knew he would. If that was just slightly higher, I'd have gone, but I'm going to raise with that. Again, not something you do with 4 or 5 hands, not something you do when the blinds are smaller, but at this time of the game, that's a raising hand. My mind's already made up, Pittle. I can't see any possibility for me going in with this. No, that's junk. Pittle keeps taking his time. Lets me keep winning my blinds back. Okay. Right, it was telling me I should call this. Oh, for fuck's sake, let's call. That was a stupid call, just made out of impatience. It's made Romeo Della Rosa chip leader. He's happy now. Shouldn't have done that. But the game's not over. I'm going to go for it. 2 overcards. I'm now beating him. And I've won. Nobbled him. As soon as I had 2 overcards, I stood a decent chance. Oh, not much chance. I could do with Pittle being knocked out. That means I'll at least double my money. And if I win, you get nearly 4 times your money. Rubbish. Not as bad as 6-8 offsuit, oh well. Not much in it. I can't afford you to steal my blinds, man. Don't be stealing my chuffing blinds, man. Oh, pair of 5s. 10 or an ace needs to come up now. Ace has come up. And he's nobbled him. He's done well, Kimasabi. It's telling me to call down there. To be honest, this state he probably called slightly. Oh man, this is a bad scene. If Pittle goes in, I won't. If Pittle doesn't, I might consider it. Oh no, I'm not. There we go, ace. Ace still wins, ace still wins, ace still wins. Pair of 2s. $600 the blinds now. Pretty serious stuff. Killing each other's blinds with stunning regularity here. It's a semi-bluff. An ace with only 2 people is a reasonable call there. What's he playing at? Bad luck, mate. I lucked out there. Pair of 9s. And there you go. Job's a good one. No, I don't want to play again. So that's a typical sit and go. It was this session, just this session, 93 hands. Showing that he was much more aggressive than me. We voluntarily put in pot. Look how similar that is. Exactly the same. Almost every time he put into the pot, he raised. He put in the pot 27% of the time, 24% of the time it was a raise. So that means he put in 25 times out of 93 put into the pot, and 23 of those times, he raised, which is amazing. He also 3-bet an enormous number of times. 3-bet the flop, enormous number of times. He also, I would think, stole a hell of a lot as well. And those 2 figures combined give him a very high aggression factor. I played a much slower game. I was the short stack when I think we were down to 4 or 5 at the table. Don't lose my head. I mean, it was luck. I lucked out there. I could have knocked out about 5 or 6 hands before the end. I'd have still made double to 3 times my stake back, but that's a typical game of poker. Scritty signing off.